anyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. If you are joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, or any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contribution. Please, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section and put down your comments. That is where we'll live.
Straight away, my guests are here already. Professor Charles Nwekako, Secretary Bo Elders Consultative Forum, is joined by Alaba Yusuf, member, Atiku Okwa Presidential Spokespersons Committee. Thank you so much for coming, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So 2023, preparations in top gear. Would you say so far so good, Prof?
I wouldn't say so far so good. Because a number of things that happened recently give us concern for worry. For example, things that have happened at INEC, then the increase in insecurity in various parts of the country, then the prolonged and unresolved issue of ASU, where most of our students, university students, remain at home, and we are campaigning. And it doesn't bother our political leaders. Our students are at home, lecturers are at home, and people are openly saying, starve them to death. And so our professionals are leaving Nigeria in droves. The younger ones are running away from Nigeria, and this is the only home we have. So I think I wouldn't say so far so good, so far so challenging. So we are at the crossroads.
Challenges, but that we must overcome.
Well, by the special grace of God, because if we can't overcome that, that means there are no challenges. There are maybe something mysterious. So certainly by the special grace of God, we shall overcome them with every Nigerian prepared to do the needful.
I'll come back to you with specifics on these issues and how we can begin to resolve them. Let's hear from Alaba Yusuf. Do you share his cautious optimism? Yes, I can call it cautious optimism from Prof.
Hi, Dr. Nakwe. Let's start from a lighter mood. I would like to congratulate Bishop Kuka on the 70th anniversary and say thank my wife for supporting me for 32 years. Today's our wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
And from that point, Prof has hit the nail on the nail, on the head. Yeah, but in Yoruba parlance, they will tell you that it's bent, but it's not broken. So that's where Nigeria is. It takes human beings to make things happen. And it's also, yeah, it could be negative, it could be positive. Some human beings will come there and destroy things. Some human beings will come there and change things for good. Campaign is an everyday thing. Campaign is an everyday thing in our lives. Prof is talking about the universities, talking about the closure of schools. But we should even start from the closure of the kitchen. The closure of the kitchen where people cannot feed. You know, the vital...
Is it closure of kitchen or empty shelves in the kitchen?
You see, elders don't talk. I'm a chief. Elders have a way of putting things across. The fact remains that we cannot stop the clock. We need to talk about how to improve things. So it's unfortunate where we are, but it is not the end of the road. So it takes some people...
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, we can get to our desired destination with planning and strategy. And that's why the campaign must continue.
Okay. Prof, let's start with INEC. You said some developments within INEC that is a source of concern to you?
Yes. Well, INEC is supposed to be an unbiased empire. INEC is mandated with the responsibility of conducting a fair, free, and credible election. Because if you do not elect the right people, it means that the problems will continue. And right now, the new nominees, resident electoral commissioners, some of them are card-carrying members of APC and some other political, and we know that APC is in the race. That is one. Two, the recent reshuffle of staff, INEC suddenly reposted 6 staff. And that very action is suspect. That very action is suspicious. So, at the time...
What makes it suspicious?
Yeah, suspicious.
INEC said
yes,
it's routine realignment.
It cannot be routine at this point in time because the elections are at hand. INEC had to remove key people that we know that were part, and in fact, the arrowhead of the new innovations that actually made the election in Anambra State, Osun and Ekiti, credible.
Is it persons that made, created these new innovations, or INEC as an institution?
Well, INEC created that, but people work for INEC to do that. And so for INEC to suddenly do this change is suspicious. So INEC is not supposed to change any staff now. If INEC want to be neutral and unbiased. And so at the Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, at the Ohaneze platform where I belong, even Northern and Southern Middle Belt Forum, Southern and Middle Belt Forum where I belong.
Leaders Forum.
Yes, Leaders Forum. This action is suspicious. So it is not good because why is INEC transferring people now? Listen, INEC supposed to leave people to stay where they are until the election starts.
Is it not left to the discretion of INEC as an institution?
It is at their discretion.
I know that resident electoral commissioners, for instance, commissioners of police, for instance, changed few hours to elections and all that.
Yes.
Is it not routine, normal administrative process and procedure?
Well, Amechi, as a professor of administration, I can tell you that, yes, reshufflement is a routine thing. It's peculiar to institutions. But there's a time you do reshufflement, it is suspicious. This one INEC has done is suspicious. And we are not comfortable with it. For example, in that reshufflement, we understand that a man that actually was behind this BVAS, this latest innovation that actually prevented politicians from rigging elections, that man has been transferred. Outside that, not even to retain him at the headquarters.
I was also told that that man has been on that seat for 12 years.
We agree.
And that there was need for others to be given opportunity.
No.
There's no person.
Those people should have been given opportunity after the election. Because, and we know, who are the others? That guy even was sent to Kenya to go and assist them and other places, and then they removed them. And through suspicious circumstances, the day INEC did it, staff had all gone home. It was done at night.
Oh, is it timing now?
Yes, it was done at night. Staff had all gone home.
The news got out at night?
No.
Okay.
INEC, at the time INEC did it, staff had gone home. They just did it and did it quickly.
Okay, let's. There's another issue he raised. But let's go beyond the reshufflement. It's mostly an internal administrative issue. But for the nominees to be confirmed as resident electoral commissioners, some of them have been said to be partisan. The Situation Room, the Transition Monitoring Group, several civil society organizations have asked the president to withdraw the nomination, about 5-6 of them. And if he fails to do so, they're asking the Senate to carry out proper gatekeeping by ensuring that indeed they are refused confirmation because they are perceived and are said to be card-carrying members. How will you react to that?
Allow the word gatekeeping. In a normal situation, the president shouldn't be appointing the chairman of INEC. If you use the word independent, it must be independent. A situation, we all remember what happened in the case of Madam Loretta Anoche. The Senate did what they had to do. If there is soap in a leaf for over time, it's difficult to remove the soap from the leaf or the leaf from the soap.
Becomes a stain.
Yeah. Therefore, anybody, I know the professor from Sokoto, we know of the incident in Ebonyi, and the one in Imo. Nobody.
There's another one from Ebonyi.
Yes. Anyone that is associated with a political party should not have any business. Because independence means independence. An unbiased umpire, now, like we're talking about, INEC has done well so far. But where the best comes in, the word good and better becomes misnomer. We should not circumvent our best 11. I remember the guy who was in Akwa Ibom. He's done so well in INEC. So, such a person being promoted to become, you're a commissioner, maybe served of his time. We need more of such people, not politicians.
You're making reference to Igini?
Igini, yes. Mike Igini. Yeah. So, essentially, anyone that is associated in any form, the Senate has done it before, they should do it once again. But I expect Mr. President, in his good judgment, because he may not know everything by himself, now that the CSOs and public-spirited Nigerians are complaining, government is about listening to the people. So any government that's not listening to the people may not have the vote of confidence of the people. Therefore, such people should be removed. And others that have not been found out should be screened. Everybody should be screened properly.
Thorough screening.
Yes, because this election matters so much to us.
The argument may be that, yes, they were once with political parties, but they may have resigned and are neutral.
A woman married to you, even though you divorce her, or she divorces you, and you have kids together, if you are to be sacrificed, you won't say sacrifice him, in all honesty.
The father of my children.
Yes. Do you understand me? Yes. So, therefore, anybody, I understand one was an essay to a Ebonyi governor for up to recently.
June 2021,
yeah,
according to the situation.
So what are you calling such a person? Unbiased? No way. No way. Shouldn't be. So we shouldn't be talking about such things now. Look, the country is at a precipice. We are cliff-hanging. As a result of that, we should do everything right. We have done well with the beavers. We've done well with the Electoral Act. Please, except for forms of government, let the fools contest. Whatever is best administered is best governed. If you put poor operator, a bad driver to drive a Ferrari, it won't go nowhere. A good driver to drive a jalopy will move it well. So let's be serious.
Just a question of time.
Yes.
Before I get to it.
Yes, but we'll manage it. So please, we need the right people. We need the right people. The young ones are looking up to us. Look, we are lagging behind. We are lagging behind. Seriously. And because of that, we just have to get something done. Quickly. Fix it. The president promised to change things. So this change should be for good.
Prof, I remember late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua admitted that party members, Kakari members, find their way into INEC. If you recall, he said it. Then he mentioned the case of Loretta Anoche. This president made that nomination. The Senate found another reason to drop her. This time around, nomination of persons suspected to be partisans. So what is it in the presidency? What do you think the process of the president considering those to be nominated into INEC? What is it like that they throw up these suspiciousness?
Yes. Even Aristotle said that every man is a political animal. We are not saying that almost all of us, one way or the other, are involved in politics. But when you are actively involved, when you are partisan, you can't be a referee. In a game, you are a member. And so what we're saying is that if these people are confirmed to be card-carrying members of political party, not just APC, they shouldn't be involved in, they should have no business to do with INEC, because their neutrality cannot be guaranteed. So certainly, we expect Mr. President to withdraw those nominees immediately. We can't say the Senate, you know what happens at the National Assembly.
What happens?
Anything goes. The National Assembly can rubber stamp
anything good from the president.
We don't see them doing that gatekeeping. We entrusted them to actually checkmate the excesses of the executive, but that is not happening in Nigeria. In America and other civilized societies, you see Senate will stamp its feet, but in Nigeria, Nigerian Senate is merely rubber stamping anything. They're not protecting the interests of the people. Otherwise, these people should be screened out. So, if we are waiting for the Senate...
But the Senate stopped Loretta Onochie from being confirmed.
Well,
does that not send hope?
Nigerians cried and cried and cried. And remember, that is Senate. It's not the same Senate. I think that was...
No, it's still the same Senate.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we thank God, but you know how long it took. Many people protested before Senate woke up from its slumber.
Another suspicion was that the Senate did not withhold confirmation because she's partisan. They said there's another nominee from Delta.
Yes, that is the thing. So we do not expect much from Senate. If the previous activities of Senate are anything to go by. And so we are asking Mr. President, since I thank God, last week, Mr. President said that he was determined to conduct, to lead a legacy by conducting a free, fair, and credible election. And we're asking him to fulfill this promise by withdrawing these nominees. That's the beginning. Because if the process, the electioneering process is not right, whoever you will elect there will not be right, will not be the choice of Nigerians.
Let's go on a break now. We'll share with you excerpts of Bola Tinubu's speech at the Bishop Matthew Kuka's 70th birthday celebration in Abuja.
Our diversity is a promise for prosperity. You are building an institution in the honor of your 70. I am 72. I could say contribute. I'm just months older than you are. But, Bishop, you will help build not the institution, but the greatness of a nation. It's on your shoulder, it's on mine, and we must build it together. I must, and I will, contribute handsomely, personally, to build and see to the completion of that institution, because it reflects something.
Bola Tinubu, just few months older than Matthew Kuka at 70, he says. So they are birthday mates, as it were. But he says he will push to win the presidency and, of course, deliver on promises. Professor Charles Nwekako has been joined by Alaba Yusuf, and we are taking a look at preparations for the 2023 general election. Let's start with you, Alaba Yusuf. Prof mentioned earlier about concerns over security situation across the country. Almost every part has got one peculiar challenge or the other. There are fears. INEC has also expressed such fears about the security situation and its ability to deploy men and materials, though the National Security Advisor has always assured that the security agencies are on top of their game and would make the situation calm and peaceful for elections to be held. How will you react to these two varying positions?
Well, I'm from Ondo State. very peaceful place before. I was just a few kilometers from my place. Nowadays, I can't travel home by road. And there's no airport in my village.
From Abuja too?
From Abuja, from anywhere.
There's one in Akure.
Yeah, you get to Akure, you have to go back. Normally, I would drive 3-4 hours, I'm home. But one thing that is positively strange about Nigeria is that when they play football, you don't hear of banditry. Maybe the security people too will try to do something that will get the bad boys out of the market. Because it is worrisome. Because the last election where there was a apparent situation of brigandage and what do you call it? Boko Haram and the rest. But there were more results from such areas. Though there was no beavers, no INEC beavers that time. So maybe for once we're going to see the actual results.
The real voting pattern?
Yes,
voting
maybe
strength?
that is it.
With
now there's no
full application
no
of
paper, complimentary
BVS,
paper to sign.
No incidence form?
Incidence form, that's the point. So maybe now we'll know the true capacity. No palm kernel voting. So
what do you mean by palm kernel voting?
Don't you know the fingerprint and the palm kernel? They look alike when you put on paper. Put ink and put
that
on paper.
stories of associated that we
I'm just saying to you, some people use palm kernel to thumb print several times. Instead of thumb printing the palm kernel. So anyway, what I'm saying here, let's trust the security to do their best. And let's also trust INEC. Let's trust INEC or give INEC the benefit of the doubt that they will do well. Because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Mr. President has said what? That he will vote, he will support his party.
He will campaign for his party.
Yeah,
but he said he will remain neutral and will not allow money bags to intimidate citizens and voters.
Whether paper bag or feather bag or money bag or cowrie bag, whatever it is, the fact remains that Mr. President will support his party. But we hope he will not use INEC to support his party. That's the area. Let Nigerians go out there, vote, and let their votes count. Young Nigerians are angry. Adults are angry because the election is about hunger and anger. It's about insecurity. It's about carnage and brigadage. It's about, lack of hope. How can universities in the country be shut down for 7 months? No way. I live in England for 28 years. I know what it means. Why should anybody toy with the future of the next generation? How would they go to compete? You tell professors you will not pay, or lecturers that they won't be paid for not working. Oh, fine. It makes good rhetorics. So they will go back and teach your children. Is it because the children of the rich are not in such schools? What are we talking about? It's unfair. So there was NSAS. NSAS did not end. It has not ended. They should not do anything to ignite that keg of gunpowder. So let the election just come free and fair. Let people go out there and vote. Vote out people who make them suffer.
Okay. Your further comments on this security situation?
Yes.
The security agencies believe they will provide an enabling environment, even INEC expressing concerns about this situation.
Well, I have no blame on the security agencies. The security agencies are overstretched. You see, the government is approaching security matters purely from the kinetic angle. It shouldn't be so. You see, Amechi, as I was coming to this place this morning, in Asokro, I got to a point where I saw young men lined up. I looked, I said, what is happening here? I saw them. A woman was roasting corn. You see them line up, buying 1, 2. Nigerians, and because you can't buy anything again. There is hunger everywhere. I think the security situation in Nigeria will better be controlled by addressing the major causes of insecurity. You see, according to Karl Marx, he said that all conflicts in the society are caused by one major element, and that element is the struggle between the have and the have-nots over the control of the resources of the society. And that is what is happening in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria, less than 5% of the population controls over 90% of the resources. And the rest are walloping in poverty. And you can see that the thing has increased because right now, because many university students in public universities are at home, women who depend on selling the mama puts, who sell things in the universities, they are not working. Taxi drivers, commercial vehicles, cyclists who make
operate within the campuses,
they are hungry. I don't talk of lecturers. In Nigeria, government has reduced lecturers to, in fact, lecturers have also joined the talakawas. Do you understand? I thank God I was able to buy food to this place. And so a situation where you have mass poverty, you cannot expect security. Even if you double the security agencies we have now, the number and the machinery, no. Government, if government wants to address insecurity in the country, government should start by reorganizing production. Create economic activity that will keep people busy. And then let there be food for people. A number of people are prepared to die. They want to go and steal. They know that if they are caught, they will die. But they say instead of dying of hunger, let them go and try. People are involved in kidnapping, social vices. Most of our undergraduate female students have taken into prostitution to survive. So social vices are on the increase because of hunger. So if government is serious about addressing security situation in the country, the starting point is to address the economic problem. Let all these companies that are folded up, including small and medium enterprises, let government reactivate them by providing a conducive business environment so that small and medium enterprises can operate. Today, they cannot have access to funds. Then even when they have access to funds, you are not sure of regular supply of electricity. And even when you get, in fact, if you have to set up a company, you must have two gen sets. Because when this one stops, the other one takes up. And how much do you buy that? And so there's the business environment is not conducive. Government should address this. And government should pull out this country from importing everything, including toothpick. Let's begin production. When we start production, you see that many people, and I don't mind, it's a devil's workshop. Okay,
let's come to Alaba Yusuf. Your candidate has been mobilizing in the Northwest, reaching out. Indeed, perhaps he has identified the place as being key. Of course, the Northwest has the highest voting population based on voters register.
Thank you, Doctor. But first and foremost, Atiku is detribalized. Atiku is pan-Nigeria. Atiku is a man of the people. Anyway, I doubt if there's any home you mention the word Atiku and they don't know. Atiku is a wealth creator, education investor, entrepreneur, industrialist, and is a good listener, a consummate philanthropist. Here is a man who knows how to make things happen. When you talk about open grazing, Atiku set up livestock feeds. Atiku,
is that the message he's giving them in Kano?
He said in Kano that it will revive, it will bring back the textile industry. You know what that means? I remember, even living in Lagos in those days, we know Nigerian textile mill. We know Kaduna to be the hub of textile, Kano. Today, they're all gone. We're talking about jobs. Without jobs, people will not be able to feed, and that crime will thrive. You understand me? So government it's not just by force. It's about giving, people want self-worth. Atiku has the network, and that's why he has that high net worth. So, and he's not a liar. He said, well, like our man say, talk and do. He practices what he preaches. Go to the American University of Nigeria in Yola. It's not just a university being university. It's a developmental university.
Okay.
Google accredited for being the highest point of what do you call it? E-education, e-knowledge. So what I'm saying is that Atiku means business. He has the experience. We know what he has done. Without Atiku, all this way you carry your phone, you are doing this and that. GSM won't be here. You know
Is
that.
it straight down
Excuse
to
me.
him?
Excuse me. It's policy. It's down to policy.
In what way?
As the chairman of the Economic Council, you knew what they do when they liberalize the telecom sector, the banking sector, the ATM. Before, you know what it used to be. You go to the bank, tally number 1. 2 days, you have not been able to collect your money. Now we transfer money, we do everything. All I'm saying is that a man that can make things happen,
Okay.
we should let him do the job.
Okay, now, there are meetings across, both within and outside Nigeria. Some persons are not happy that our leaders are going outside the shores of the country for meetings, why they should remain here. But within, we've seen, you saw Bola Tinubu visit, Goodluck Jonathan, you've seen a lot of mobilization. Campaigns not yet on, that we'll have to wait for September 28th, but mobilization and sensitization, realignments ongoing. What have you been noticing?
Yes, please, before I go into that, I want to comment on what my friend here said about Atiku. Atiku is a gentleman. He's a good manager. But as a member of Igbo Elder Consultative Forum, we believe that Atiku is also a Democrat. It is the turn of Southeast. In 2019, we supported Atiku. We worked for him. We gave him solid votes. We are appealing to His Excellency to join us. This is the time to elect an Igbo man to reorganize Nigeria. He's a good manager, but we also have somebody who is even a better good manager. A number of them from South are contesting, but P2B of Labour Party seems to be a wonderful manager of men and resources. We expect, and he was loyal to Atiku. Atiku appointed him as a running mate in 2019. We expect Atiku to support P2B to emerge, to reorganize Nigeria. Because Atiku is coming from Northeast. Northeast has ruled Nigeria for 6 years. And then
From when to when?
Northeast has ruled Nigeria for 6 years under Belema. They are from the 70s.
As Prime Minister?
Yes, that is. We are talking of Nigeria since independence. Wait.
1960
yes,
66.
yes. You cannot remove First Republic, because if you remove First Republic, then you can't talk of Nigeria. So, in that, yes, 1966, Balewa is from Northeast. Okay. Now we are also talking that when the person, the current president, is from Northwest, by the time he completes his tenure next year, Northwest will rule Nigeria for 22 years. So if you add it to 6 of Northwest and 28 years, if you not add 18 years of North Central.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining
to support somebody
from
the
South.
It is the turn of the Southeast. We have a good manager there who can manage and restore confidence in governance in Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Now let me come to the issue.
If you are joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia,
yes, so
or any part of the world,
that
I thank you very much for your contribution. Please, each time you watch my video,
go
to the comment section and put down your comments.
They are only telling Nigerians that Nigerians are not in charge.
I am speaking with you. You can equally contribute.
They
you can
go
criticize if you so desire,
to get
but
information from their bed
so that we can
masters.
learn from one another.
And the reason is obvious.
Thank you so much for joining. Remember, you have to say what is happening in your own area. Whatever happens, if you see something, say something. Don't be silent. We cannot allow the conventional
and that's why they are going there. You remember, in 2015,
we cannot allow the conventional media
Buhari had to go to
play down the
Chatham
situation.
House to get affirmation, and we were shouting that. And so it is something that is happening.
We are not preaching hate speech.
So, but it's a challenge to Nigerians to rise up this time and say, look, this is our time. Let us vote for people that can rescue Nigeria.
It appears I'll come to you. I know you're itching to respond to. You have the opportunity. It appears there is only one person among the big four that has not gone outside the country.
Well, don't be fast in concluding, because Tabi stayed there. Do you know whether Kwakwakwa is also trying to go to get affirmation from the pet masters?
We have not
and
heard.
This is a tragedy for Nigeria.
Okay.
It means that we are not in control. And this should be a challenge to every Nigerian to rise up this time and vote according to your conscience.
Okay.
And that your conscience is the right leadership for Nigeria?
Yes, Prof. You're a professor of administration.
Yes.
But not professor of politics. Prof.
Yes.
Politics is what?
A game of numbers.
Not just numbers. Aggregation of like-minded people.
Yes.
Wrestling. Underscore the word wrestling.
Yes.
For power. Once they attain that power, they share in administration. So what's going on is the politics. Politics is not about just morals. Bishop Cooker said so, that a good priest may not make a good politician. Same way a good politician may not make a good priest. And it's not just about religion, and not the idea of our local. That's what you are saying, that
it's our turn.
It's our turn. That's in Yoruba.
That's different from Emiloko.
Emiloko is
my turn.
But that's what you're saying.
Plural, yeah.
So
we are learning new lexicon.
Yeah, it's good.
In Nigeria's political vocabulary.
You see, in a situation, His Excellency Peter Obi, we worked together in 2019.
Good.
We used to sit at the same table. Nice guy, because we used to do coaching, public speaking coaching, and he will not sit at the head of the table. I respect him for that.
Yes.
But the fact remains that you say it's a game of numbers. But the arithmetic you put together, or the mathematics, does not amount to what it should be. Because since 1999, if you look at in the democratic setting since 1999, the South has spent more time as president of Nigeria. Only 2 zones have not produced president. Oh, three zones since 1999. You have the North Central, you have the Southeast, then you have the Northeast.
Yes.
Now, but it's not a turn-by-turn arrangement. If they were doing that like Switzerland, where you say from this zone,
this is a different.
Yeah, then nobody will be contesting. But the fact remains that His Excellency Atiku said it earlier. And I believe that His Excellency Peter Obi, they have mutual respect for each other.
Yes.
He said the only thing he didn't like, he was surprised about was Peter Obi never told him that he was leaving the party. Possibly we will be able to talk him out of it.
And Peter Obi said he did it because he didn't want anybody to
yes.
talk to.
I knew that Peter Obi did not go to Adamawa to campaign.
Yes.
You know why? In deference to his boss.
Yes.
When they met at MBA. So fans, political fans, I'm not talking about mob now. Political fans should appreciate leaders who are affable and amiable, who are urban and humane, who know how to make things happen, who have mutual respect for people. I serve in Igbo land.
That's your national youth service?
Yes. So when the entire Anambra State was, the entire Ebonyi, Anambra, and
the old Anambra.
Yeah, the old Anambra that has the 3 states
present
now.
Anambra,
I crisscrossed the entire place from Ogu down to Afikpo. So what I'm saying essentially is that politics is a system. It's systemic.
Yes.
Without structure, we know what it is. Without structure, it's a difficult thing. But I'm not, because the way, the kind of signal I get from my boss, Atiku, I'm not seeing an Atiku becoming president that Peter Obi will not do something in that government. I'm just saying my own. He has not said so. He has not told us. But I'm just thinking.
Atiku said he's considering a government of national unity.
That is what I'm talking about. That's who he is. His family is national unity. In his everything. In our office.
Okay.
In our office. The head of Atiku Media Office is an Igbo chap. I'm Yoruba. There are very few Asafulani people in our office. What I'm saying is that let's see who can actually make the omelette.
Okay. Without breaking the egg.
No, you have to break
That's
the egg. You have to break the egg. You have to break. But we need somebody that can unify the
okay, let me give you 1 minute to respond.
Yes, thank you so much. In
He
the
said
first
Peter
place,
Obi, he sees Peter Obi in Atiku's government.
wait, before that, he said that I'm not a political scientist. I have a master's degree in political science from University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I was a deputy editor. I was a political correspondent, so I understand politics. Okay? Now, coming to the issue, why would you start in Nigeria from 1999? Nigeria gained independence October 1, 1960. So anything you are talking of Nigeria should start from there. Don't talk that North hasn't ruled since 1999. Who ruled before 1960 to 99?
But Zik
Zik
was president of Nigeria.
No, Zik was ceremonial president. He wasn't head of government. He was ceremonial president. He wasn't head of government. The only Igbo man that has ruled was General Aguiyi for 6 months. The man who helped to stop
it makes two.
Wait now, wait.
Okay, we don't have time.
The issue, see, Section 14, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution says that in whatever government and these agencies do in Nigeria should reflect the federal character of Nigeria in order to give every section a sense of belonging. And it is based on that, even in the PDP where Atiku and Peter before belong, their constitution has zoning arrangement. What would they...
Okay, so do you see Peter Obi in Atiku's government?
Well, we are saying that we should rather see Atiku in Peter Obi's government.
Let's leave it
is the turn of the Southeast. We want His Excellency
Secretary Igbo Elders Consultative Forum was joined by Alaba Yusuf, member Atiku Kowa Presidential Spokespersons Committee. Thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.